The day everything changed didn't start with a scream, or a crash, or some dramatic announcement. It started with a question so quiet it almost got swallowed by the hum of an air compressor. And if I'd stayed under that car for 5 more seconds? If I'd tightened that bolt instead of rolling out? My life would have stayed exactly the same. But I didn't. I wiped the grease off my hands. Looked up. And saw her standing there like she'd already lost everything. Most people think small towns are safe. Predictable. Harmless. They're wrong. Small towns don't explode. They squeeze. Slowly. Until one bad lie, one desperate decision, or one unexpected knock on a garage door changes the rhythm forever. My name's Wyatt. I'm not special. Not charming. Not the guy anyone points at and says, asterisk, that's the one. Asterisk. I fix cars. I open Freeman's garage at dawn. I lock it up at dusk. Same routine, same faces, same roads. Maplewood, Vermont isn't the kind of place where stories begin. It's the kind of place where stories end. Or so I thought. That Friday afternoon had the kind of chill that tricks you into thinking winter's still in charge. The sunlight cut through the dusty garage windows, turning floating particles into sparks. Johnny Cash muttered through an old radio. A bolt refused to budge. Nothing unusual. I was flat on my back under Mrs. Parker's Civic when the wind chimes over the door rang. I didn't look up. Be with you in a sec, I said, already annoyed, assuming it was the parts delivery guy. Then I heard it. A woman's voice. Thin. Unsteady. Like it might break if she pushed it any harder. Excuse me? Is anyone here? I rolled out from under the car, wiped my hands on a rag that had seen better decades, and stood. That's when the world tilted. Jessica. Everyone in Maplewood knows Jessica. She's the cashier at the main supermarket. Always smiling. Always patient. Always kind, even when folks snap about coupons or prices. But the woman standing in my garage wasn't that Jessica. Her eyes were swollen and red. Her uniform was wrinkled, like she'd slept in it. Her hands shook as she clutched her keys like they were the only thing keeping her upright. She looked like someone who'd been holding herself together all day. And had finally run out of strength. You okay? I asked, stepping closer. Car trouble? She shook her head. No. My car's fine. That should have been the end of it. A polite apology. An awkward pause. Then she'd leave. Instead, she took a breath so deep it hurt to watch. I know this is going to sound insane, she said, her voice barely audible, but, could you pretend to be my boyfriend for just one day? The words didn't land right away. They hovered in the air, heavy and unreal. For half a second, I thought it was a joke. Some prank from guys who hadn't moved on from high school. But then I looked at her face. This wasn't humor. This was survival. I'm sorry, she rushed on. I wouldn't ask if I had any other option. And then she broke. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just quiet tears slipping down her face like she was ashamed of them. Right there, between oil stains and tool racks, she told me everything. Her boss had lied. Told corporate she was engaged so she wouldn't be laid off during budget cuts. The lie worked, until now. Tomorrow was the company's family day. Partners required. Questions guaranteed. If she showed up alone, the truth would come out. And she'd be gone. She needed this job. Not for luxuries. Not for comfort. Her dad was sick. Cancer. Medical bills piling up in another state. Every paycheck mattered. I'll pay you, she said quickly, panic creeping in. Whatever you want. Just, please. The garage felt smaller. Hotter. Like the walls were listening. I should have said no. Any sane person would have. But all I could think about was being 19, broke, and stranded at a bus station after getting scammed out of my savings. About the stranger who helped me without asking for anything back. I remembered how that felt. So I sighed. Shook my head. And said the words that sealed everything. Keep your money. I'll do it. Her eyes snapped up. Really? Yeah, I said. But if we're doing this, we do it right. Full story. No gaps. She nodded so fast I thought her neck might snap. Relief hit her like a wave. She cried again, but this time, it was gratitude. As she left, promising to come back later to plan, I stared at the door. I had no idea what I just agreed to. But deep down, I knew something worse than embarrassment was coming. Because lies in a small town don't stay small. And pretending to be someone's boyfriend, even for one day, has a way of asking for more than you expect. And as the sun dipped behind the maple trees, painting the sky in fire and gold, one thought wouldn't leave my head. What happens when pretending stops feeling fake?